Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, good evening, and whatever is the time in your area. This is Talking Point, and I'm your host, Saeed Niaz Ahmed. In our studios today, we have a lady, Rashida Khan Bano. She's an accomplished singer. We'll talk about her later, but right now, we go on to our overseas guest today, Mr. Majibur Rahman. He is in Calcutta right now, Kolkata to be precise. He is a filmmaker, a producer, and he has produced a number of films, a number of videos on very important subjects and about prominent people in India and about Indian literatures and writers. One of his recent films is about Rabindranath Tagore. He has also made film about Bangladesh's national poet Qazi Nazrul Islam. Welcome to the show, Nazrul Saab and Rabindranath Saab and Majibur Rahman Saab.
Thank you very much.
How are you today? How are you today?
Yeah, I am absolutely fine.
Oh, great, great to hear that. Now, your latest work on Tagore. When were you able to complete it? The date I would like to know, and how long did it take, and what was your inspiration and focus?
Yeah, sir, I will correct you one thing. That already I have made this film. I have already completed this film on Rabindranath Tagore. It is 96 minutes film in both languages, Bengali and English.
Great.
And this film is now already included to the course content of two universities. One in our own city, Calcutta Jadavpur University Rabindranath Study Center, and another in Scotland, Edinburgh Napier University. And this film is now spontaneously screening in school, colleges and universities in our country. And so actually I took my preparation to make this film when the whole world was celebrating the 150 years birth anniversary of Rabindranath Tagore. And I always cherished an idea to make two films, Rabindranath Tagore and Qazi Nazrul Islam, because these two persons, these two great men are regarded Rabindra Nazrul in with a due respect in both the countries. So thanks to Allah that I have completed of making these two films, and I am very much happy and satisfied that I have completed the two films.
Right. Thank you very much. To make any film in India popular across the board, I think it has to be in Hindi, as you realized. So, how have you thought about producing a film like this was in Bangla and English? Have you thought about producing the whole thing, or maybe subtitling it, dubbing it in Hindi?
Not actually, because if the language is English, then the non-Bengali people of our country can easily access. And what the important thing related to languages that this film basically will run through the academic sphere.
Right.
So in colleges, school, universities. So if even the English subtitle is given to the Bengali original version, then it's okay. And I have made both the films with the original English narrations.
What is your personal emotional response to this movie, this or that you have done on Tagore?
Yeah, actually, we Bengalis, and I believe from both the countries, when from our early ages, when we start to be accompanied with Rabindranath Tagore, with his initially what happened to me when I was 4 years old in my village in Murshidabad. Then I recited one poem written by Rabindranath Tagore, and that was the first association with Rabindranath Tagore. Then gradually I started to read his short stories, and few of his short stories was in our school syllabus. And gradually I was very much known to his dramas, short dramas, and novels and everything. So I noticed the gigantic influence of Rabindranath Tagore on our Bengali life. So then, when the time of 150 years birth anniversary of Rabindranath Tagore was on the line, then I thought that I should do a film on him because people basically are very much aware of his songs and poetries, but I felt that there was no such sufficient knowledge of people or even our state West Bengal regarding his life and times. So I emphasize to give this multifaceted personality in 1.5 hour film, and I have touched all his facets and dimensions in a film. So it is going to be a very handbook or hands-on film on Rabindranath Tagore.
Yeah, what themes are present in this movie of yours? Just briefly, because we don't have time, we need to take a break shortly.
Yeah, yeah. Only the his life and times, and the briefs on his works, and on literary works, works on music, and social works, and in future the international relationship.
How,
So,
how much time you have devoted to Gitanjali?
Gitanjali is a very much part of this film. So I have given, and he won the Nobel Prize for this book. So I have given a very good amount of time to give the correct idea of generating this book and translation, and thereafter getting the Nobel Prize and the aftermath of Nobel Prize winning.
Well, very interesting. See, when we will need to take a break shortly, but before that, I want to introduce our guest in a studio, Rashida Khan Bano. She's an accomplished singer, and inshallah, she will be singing some of the songs of Tagore and Nazrul to make life more interesting. Welcome back. Before the break, we were talking to Mr. Majibur Rahman, our distinguished guest, filmmaker, film producer who lives in Calcutta, India, and he has recently produced two very important films on Nazrul Islam and Rabindranath. And we were talking to him about the art of filmmaking and all that. And in our studio, we have Rashida Khan Bano, a very well-known singer in UK and Europe. Would you like to sing for the pleasure of our
Of course.
viewers today,
Yes.
a song that whatever you feel that whether Nazr or Tagore.
Let me sing a song
Okay,
for a Tagore song,
okay.
which he was inspired by a Scottish song, Auld
Oh.
Lang Syne.
Okay. Not the entire song.
No. We don't have enough time. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and the days of Auld Lang Syne? It was composed by Robert Burns, and Tagore got inspired with that song, and he wrote. He composed this song. পুরানো সেই দিনের কথা ভুলবি কি রে, হায় ও সেই চোখের দেখা প্রাণের কথা সেই কি ভোলা যায়। আয় আর একটি বার আয় রে সখা প্রাণের মাঝে আয়, মোরা সুখের দুঃখের কথা কব প্রাণ জোড়াবে তাই। মোরা ভোরের বেলায় ফুল তুলেছি দুলেছি দোলায়, বাজিয়ে বাঁশি গান গেয়েছি বকুলের তলায়। পুরানো সেই দিনের কথা ভুলবি কি রে, হায় ও সেই চোখের দেখা প্রাণের কথা সেই কি ভোলা যায়।
Very good, thank you. Could you squeeze in a Tagore number? Sorry, a Nazrul Islam number?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. We don't have much time, just 1 minute.
Let me sing just 2 lines of that.
Yeah. Okay.
The Wi-Fi is playing up. Acha, yeah. Ruma ruma juma, ruma juma baje nupur. Ruma ruma juma, ruma juma baje nupur. Tale tale dole nacher meshaye chut. Tale tale dole nacher meshaye chut. Ruma ruma juma, ruma juma baje nupur. Ruma ruma juma, ruma juma baje nupur.
Well, Ruma Juma Room, we have to leave the Mashalji, let him sing and dance. Welcome back. Just before the break, we were talking about filmmaking, and our guest from Calcutta, Mujibur Rahman, was on the line. See, our studio guest is Rashida Khan Banwan, who sang 2 very interesting and beautiful songs, one by Rabindranath and a very short one by Nazrul Islam. Filmmaking is a very technical topic, and those of us who are not engaged in it, those who are not into it, we often wonder what it takes to make a film. With little bit of experience that we have at television studios, this is nothing. This is just a toy compared to making films, the big ones. One of the most famous filmmaker was Steven Spielberg, and he made 30 plus incredible films. We often wonder, if you don't have the education, the right proper qualification, you cannot do the job. Steven Spielberg did not study filmmaking at all, and he did his filmmaking degree 20 years after he had made E.T. in 1982. So what knowledge he had in 1982 to produce E.T. It's incredible.
Amazing, absolutely.
James Cameron, another very well-known filmmaker, director, made Titanic, Avatar, Terminator. He had no degree in films. He was a student of English and physics. And it is surprising that filmmaking, and for that matter any profession, attracts all kinds of people, and it takes devotion, sincerity, and a bit of understanding, getting along with people, knowledge of the thing, and most important, sincerity. Now, Rashida Khan Bano, we have plenty of time to discuss music and films and all that, but let us see. You have been singing for a long time, haven't you?
Yes.
Where did you get the right training?
When I was little, my father, he taught me a Nazrul song, Bagichai Bulbuli Tui. So that was my first song, and then of course there were Ustad Munshi Raisuddin in Bangladesh. I learned from him, and then when I came to London, I learned from Ustad Fida Hosan Khan. So
He's still around, isn't he?
no, he passed away 3-4 months ago, which is very sad.
He used to live not very far from where I live.
He used to live in Forest Gate.
Yes.
Yes.
And he was related to Ustad al-Rakha?
He was his student.
Yes.
Shagird. He was his Shagird. He was his student. And then, this is a funny story, he went to learn tabla from Ustad al-Rakha Khan. And then when he saw his fingers move, he said it in Urdu, "Ye mera kaam nahi." Then he went into music, and of course, all the famous artists who came to London, who performed in various stages, various big halls. Fida Hosan Khan Sahib used to accompany them on harmonium.
Yes.
He was a fantastic, I would say he's the best.
Yeah, a couple of years ago I
harmonium
saw him
player.
at Nehru Center.
Yes, yes, he was really fantastic.
And he had a very intelligent mind. He would know
Yes.
faces and names. See?
Yes,
Even
yes.
if he saw you once somewhere,
yes.
he remembers your name.
Absolutely, absolutely. And among his students, those who came up a
Oh,
bit,
great.
like myself, and
Right. Okay, we'll take a
okay,
break on this, and we'll go back to our
okay, hold that thought.
overseas guest. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So Fida Hussain Sahab passed away about 3-4 months ago.
Yes.
May Allah bless him.
He did a show before he passed away, about 4 months ago.
All right. Yes, sir. Mr. Majib, how are you?
Yeah.
Welcome
yeah,
back.
I'm fine. Yeah, thank
We
you.
lost you for a few minutes, but then it's all right. You see, in cricket, people take break.
Yes.
It was a tea break for you.
But I did take tea.
Okay. I would like to ask you some questions, some rather technical questions, because there are a lot of young persons in this country who are very much eager to go into media and filmmaking. And I would like to ask you what is your opinion and your advice Hello.
Can you tell me
Right.
which country you
No,
are
no,
talking
don't go
about?
ahead. Don't start giving me the advice right now. Let me ask you questions first.
No, no. Which country you are talking about? Hello?
What is your process, preferences, and advice for directing a film?
Yeah.
If somebody wants to
Actu-
know how.
Yeah, actually, filmmaking is not the very normal daily 10 to 6 job. It's a 24 hours job. So interest of a person to this area is the foremost priority. First of all, that they should love film and they should feel urged inwardly that they should very much interested to come into this film world. And there are so many things related to films, like acting, cinematography, audio, and there are others also so many areas of filmmaking. So one has to choose the one out of the lot. So if he wants to be a director or a writer, then he should take a sufficient practical and theoretical experiences, and he should join a film institute or
And
can
get the
join
right
a
Ostadji, people who can.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely, sir. And this is also happened to me because I went to Mumbai and I assisted 4 directors there because I didn't get admission to any film institutes. And I just got a 1 month training in Kolkata in a workshop, and that is done by the government of West Bengal at the time. And I went to Mumbai and directly I assisted 4 directors and knew, as per my knowledge, the nitty-gritty and details of filmmaking. And again I came back to Kolkata and started my works independently. So it was not my choice. I felt that it was the destiny's call to me that I should do something. Initially, I was very much interested in drama, and then I shifted to films. So, if anyone wants to do something creative, so first of all, he or she should feel urged from his inner self. So, and this is the response of one individual.
Just a moment, Mr. Mujib. While we were trying to re-establish our contacts with you, I read out something from my notes, and I mentioned Stephen Spielberg, you see. And I also mentioned that he was one of the most famous filmmakers. He made 30 plus films, but he was not properly educated in the professions, you see. And 20 years after he had produced E.T., that was in 1982, after that, 20 years after that, he studied the art of filmmaking. So, what did he learn after that?
He's a genius. He's a genius.
He was a born genius. You see, of course, then they're not. That's why there are not too many Stephen Spielberg. There's only one. Another name that I mentioned was James Cameron, who produced Titanic, Avatar, and Terminator. I'm repeating myself. And he had no degree in films. He studied English, physics, and went on to make films and provide entertainment and information to millions of people throughout the world. Now, I know that these are exceptions, Asif, but who is your most liked director or filmmaker, as we say today?
Yeah, I always like and respect and regard Satyajit Ray. I actually have, I believe that all his works are lessons to me. Still, I see whenever I get time his films. One week back, I have seen 3 of his last films, like Ganoshatru, Agantuk, and Shakha Proshakha. So I always like Satyajit Ray because he has given the film to a very simple way, but given the in-depth insight of the story on screen. And he always advised to the filmmakers that to present the story in the film languages. So I always regard and respect and I believe the way of filmmaking of Satyajit Ray. And simultaneously I see films of Mrinal Sen, Ritik Bhatto, Tapun Sinha. And I have
Mr. Mujib, since you have been living in Calcutta for quite some time, Mr. C, I know you are a young man, but did you ever have chance to be in the presence of Satyajit Ray or work with him on any project in whatever capacity?
Yeah, I would have loved. I have missed him, and if he was at this present time, then definitely I requested him, just sir, please take me with you as your assistant, or even as an observer to observe your way of working from distance. So definitely, I would request you.
He was a genius at work when you saw him.
Yeah. And he has also no formal education on filmmaking. He was a self-made person. He studied a lot and observed the world films and make of his own style of filmmaking, and that was very much popular around the world.
Right. Coming back to your production about Rabindranath, how has it been received throughout the Indian subcontinent, in Bangladesh, in India, and maybe in Pakistan?
I went to Bangladesh several times with this film, and several organizations in Bangladesh like Vishwa Sahitya Kendra, Sanskriti Kendra, and Dhaka University, and few other institutions, Bangladesh Film Institute, they have shown this film in my presence. And I know there are so many organizations and universities in Bangladesh, they have shown my films in my absence. And I came to know later on the Chayanot, the cultural organization in Dhaka, they also shown this film several times. And I came to know their reactions, and it was very nice. That gave me enough pleasure. And I will add one thing here, sir, that I have seen several films made by Tariq Mashood, and one of his biggest hit was Majid Moina.
Great talking to you, Mr. Mujibur Rahman. We would like to end this program on a musical note, a very short musical note if it's possible.
Yeah. Okay. Can I hear the music? Can I hear the music?
Sorry?
Can I listen to the music?
Yes, sure.
ভাসিনী দূর দীপবাসিনী চিনি তোমার চিনি দারুচিনির দেশে তুমি বিদেশিনী গো সুমন্দ ভাসিনী প্রশান্ত সাগরে তুফানে ও ঝড়ে প্রশান্ত সাগরে তুফানে ও ঝড়ে শুনেছি তোমারই অশান্ত রাগিনী দূর দীপবাসিনী চিনি তোমার চিনি দারুচিনির দেশে তুমি বিদেশিনী গো সুমন্দ ভাসিনী বাজাও কি বনসুর পাহাড়ি বাসিতে বানান্ত ছেয়ে যায় বাসন্তী হাসিতে তবু কবরি মূলে নব এলা চিরফুল দোলে কুসুম বিলাসিনী দূর দীপবাসিনী চিনি তোমার চিনি দারুচিনির দেশে তুমি বিদেশিনী গো সুমন্দ ভাসিনী দূর দীপবাসিনী
Thank you, Rashida Khan Bano. What are your programs for next year?
Next year I have to finish some recording that's unfinished. I will go to Bangladesh inshallah and I'll finish those. And I'm planning, I hope it's going to be wonderful, on the 5th of...
You also do Hamd and Naat, isn't it?
Lots of them, yes.
Could
I
we
have
have
the highest number of Hamd and Naat.
Could we have a quick one?
Okay.
Without music.
Without music, okay. Hamd, Naat, you don't have music. খোদার প্রেমের শরাব পিয়ে বেহুশ হয়ে রোই পড়ে ছেড়ে মসজিদ আমার মুর্শিদ এলো যে এই পথ ধরে খোদার প্রেমের শরাব পিয়ে
Another short one.
Another short one.
Saharate Kutlore.
পুবন হাওয়া পশ্চিমে যাও কাবার পথে বইয়া যাও রে বইয়া এই গরিবের সালাম খানি লইয়া পুবন হাওয়া পশ্চিমে যাও কাবার পথে বইয়া যাও রে বইয়া এই গরিবের সালাম খানি লইয়া
Thank you very much, Rashida Khan Bano. And our viewers, sorry about the technical glitch, but we hope that despite the technical glitch, we have been able to reach you and inform you about a few things. And thank you, Rashida, for being with us and providing some entertainment to our viewers and also some Hamd and some Naat. Thank you very much, and thank you for being with us, and we hope to see you again, same time, same channel, after a couple of weeks again. Bye for now.